everyone. Welcome back to International in Groningen, a podcast where we talk all about the ups and downs of life as an international student in Groningen. Last week, we talked all about learning Dutch, so if you want some language learning tips, check out that episode. And this week, we are going to talk about something that is very important for student life in Groningen, and that is student associations. And here to talk about this with us is Steli, so welcome, Steli.
Thank you for having me.
So first, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? What you study?
I'm from Bulgaria. I'm doing media studies. I don't know what else to tell about myself. I've been part of two associations. One is my study association and one is a student association. And I think they really help me make friends and have contacts and have fun in Groningen.
Nice. So first, for somebody who has no idea, maybe somebody who's considering coming to the Netherlands to study, what is a study or student association in the Netherlands? What does it entail, basically?
Okay, so it's like unofficial organizations of students. It's... I don't even know how to describe it. It's something that somewhere that people meet and have fun, and they can join committees. So it has different bodies, and there is usually a board that represents the association. And it's, I guess, part of the student life.
Right. So it's basically a group of students, kind of like a club that's organized sometimes around a specific topic or just in general to meet people.
Yeah.
But would you say it's a pretty big part of student life in Groningen?
I think if you want to have friends, you have to join an association.
So that's mostly why students join it, to kind of make their circle of friends.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are part of the student association AEGEE?
Yes.
What does that actually stand for? It's AEGEE. Oh. But do you know what it stands for?
Don't ask me that, no.
That's okay.
Because it's in French.
It's in French, okay.
Yes. So it's an association of something. But
Okay.
I have no idea. But it's international association, and it's all over Europe. There are different, different cities that host it. So there is quite a lot in the Netherlands. There is in Amsterdam, there is in Nijmegen, in Enschede, in Eindhoven, I think, as well. And there is also AEGEE Europe, which is more official organization. I think it's non-profit, but don't quote me on that. And they organize trips and hitchhikes and other activities, and you can go and meet people from all over Europe. Something they organize also in the summer is Summer University, which is really nice because you can go almost anywhere in Europe and spend 10, 12 days there.
Cool.
And experience the local culture and try new stuff.
Yeah. What would you say the focus of AEGEE is? What is its kind of point as an organization?
I would say it's a travel association.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they organize 3 trips every year at least. And they organize, I think, 2 or 3 hitchhikes as well, which is hitchhike competition.
That's
Very
where
fun.
they drop you off somewhere and you kind of have to find your way back. Or something.
Well,
how does that
not
work?
that extreme.
No, not like that.
So they usually start in Groningen, and they have end city. So I think last year they went to Cologne. And it was, so they have to hitchhike to there. And they usually pair you with, if you're a girl, they pair you with a boy, so it's safer. Because 2 girls, something might happen. 2 boys, no one might pick them up. And then you have to go in random people's cars and try to go to your destination.
So it's kind of like a travel adventure.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And it's quite nice also because even if you can't reach the destination, you can take public transportation.
Yeah. Cool. So when you first came to the Netherlands as an international student, did you know you were going to join a student association, or how did you kind of end up in the student association?
I didn't know because I've heard about it because I researched online. They were like, oh, yeah, there are student associations. But in my country, they're not that famous. So they're not popular. People meet friends in their course, their program, and don't actually go to outside meetings besides their hobbies, I would say. But when I came here, it was actually during Kai Week. And they had, I think, a presentation about different associations. And it's kind of funny because they just said, oh, there is a travel association. And I signed up immediately. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know anything, but I love traveling. Mm-hmm. So I signed up, and then I went to meet people because they also organize intro dinners and other like social drinks during the Kai week as well.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about like what the process of joining a student association is like those introductory meetings and stuff.
It's actually very simple. You just go to their website. They usually have one. I think maybe in the University of Groningen page or like the Hanse, I don't know about that. But they might have a catalog with all of the associations or the one they sponsor. And then from the website, you have different sub-pages. And in one of the pages, you can apply to become a member. You fill in your data. It's, of course, encrypted and safely stored, so you don't have to worry about that. And yeah, you fill in your names. And then you agree to pay a membership fee, which depends on the association. For example, my study association is, I think, 15 or 20 euros. And the AEGEE is 50, I think.
And that's per year or?
Yeah, per year.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I saw other associations have more expensive, some less. It depends.
Yeah. And just to maybe clarify also for someone who's listening, study associations are different from student associations?
Yes. So there are, I think, 3 types. The study associations are usually like connected to your study program.
Yeah.
So my is MESA, which is the Media Studies Association, and they provide like teaching sessions with different professors, or they have study sessions. They also have like career days. Maybe something we have is before exams, they usually upload like summary of everything that's been taught in the blog, so people can just go and read that instead of going to the lectures. I don't recommend doing that. And then there are the student associations, which are more like hobby oriented or like different activities. And there is a third type, which is sport associations, which are, of course, connected to different sports.
Right. But those are kind of all the options for groups that you can get involved in as a student in Groningen.
Yeah. And there is not like a limit how many you can join. You can join as many as you want. Even I have a acquaintance who is doing American studies, but he's also part of my media studies association. So you can do whatever you want as long as your schedule is free and you're available.
Yeah. So once you decided to join AEGEE, like what was your experience like? Like, did you quickly make friends or what did you get involved in?
I was actually not very active the first year because I felt like I was so focused on like studying that I went to events, but I was not an active member. So inside of the associations, you have these committees that organize different stuff. In AEGEE, we have like a promo team, which I'm currently part of. We have activity team, which is AEGEE. We have hitchhiking, which is organize the hitchhikes. Also, for different stuff, different teams. And then you organize different events, and based on your like your interest, you can join different committee. And I was not active. So people who are part of committees are called active members. But I still went to like maybe social drink from time to time. I was active in my other association that year because I thought like studying is more important. But I've been active for this year and the past year. It was really nice bonding experience with people. And also it's nice because they're Dutch and international people. So if you're international and you want to get closer to the Dutch culture, that's your way to do it. Like, because, you share the culture,
Right. That's something I wanted to ask about as well, because it kind of seems like maybe there's some student associations that are maybe more targeted towards internationals, maybe some that are more primarily Dutch. Could you talk a little bit about that and like which kind of associations are more one or the other or more mixed?
I think the study associations are definitely more mixed, but also depends on what languages you're studying, because media studies is in English. Right. So of course it's going to be mixed. But if you have like Dutch studies, I think it's mainly going to be Dutch people. And AEGEE is very international. They have people from all over the world. They have Americans. They have people from, I don't know, where are they? Australians. They have like completely different side of the world. And I think in the website of the association, it usually says if it's more internationally oriented or if it's more Dutch oriented.
Right. Can you think of some other student associations that are more internationally oriented? Like I think of ESN, but do you know of any others?
Okay Week, it is one.
Right.
Also, I know there was one about literature.
Oh, I think it might be Flanor.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was interested in checking it out. And I was like, oh, yeah, they have really nice clubs and stuff. So, yeah. But I don't really know the names.
That's okay.
So,
Yeah. I know that ESN, which is the Erasmus Student Network,
Yeah.
and AJ are ones that are very like international focused and also mixed Dutch international.
Also, maybe SIP. And what is the other one? There is the international relations they have too. Clio is one.
Okay,
And
cool.
Amnesty. I think
Nice.
they're also very big on international students.
Yeah. So speaking of the friends you've made, like being in the student association, I wanted to know if you have any like specific memory or like trip or something that you look back on really fondly that's been a really great part of that experience.
So I went to Brussels with them last year. And it was a very fun trip because it was also sponsored by the European Parliament. So it was very cheap. And we went around the city. We visited the parliament. We actually met some representatives of the Netherlands there, and we could ask them questions. So that was nice, I would say. And also, of course, there is some partying afterwards if you want to do it. Or yeah, because it's kind of nice because when you go to trip, you combine the local culture, the traveling itself, and a bit of partying and clubbing and the clubbing culture in the city you go to. So
Right.
that's- yeah, I'm actually going on a trip to the Lake Garda in Italy
Oh, nice.
with AJ, and I'm really excited about that. So
That's super exciting.
yeah.
Is it also like that you kind of stay with the same people from your year, like throughout your years in the student association and go on trips with kind of the same people, or is it always different people? How has that been?
I think it's mainly different people. They're like the active members are mostly the same. Well, they're usually new people who come in and they also join, but there are like 20 people who are very active in the organization association. And they are to most of the events, but also when you like every year when you join committees, you're gonna be with different people in a committee. Even if you join the same committee as last year, there are gonna be new people in that committee. So you never stay with the same people, which is nice because you also get closer to different personalities and yeah, you experience different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I know that doing a board year is a big thing that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Can you explain like what is a board year and what does that entail?
So the board is usually the representative of their association, and they have a few positions. Like they have the PR person, they have internal person who actually tries to keep the association together and has contact with all of the committees and the way stuff are going. They also have the chair, which is the main representative of the association. They also have treasurer, which is person who's responsible for the finances of the association. And they have like fund responsible, at least in AJ, so someone who's kind of like a joker. Yes, so you're a board for 1 year. You apply for a board. You can be active. It's not necessary to be an active member before that, but it's nice because they already know your qualities and what you can and you can do. So you apply. You have a first like advisory meeting with people who are not in the current board, but like in past boards. And then if you decide that you want to do it after you ask them question, and if they decide you're like the right person for the job, they can recommend you to the board. And then every year people change. And yeah, from what I know, it's quite intense, especially with AJ, because you can't study and do a board year at the same time. You have to, it's kind of like a full-time job, and they're at the office from every day from like 9 to like 3, 4 in the afternoon. And so.
Right. So it's a pretty big commitment.
Yeah.
It's not just like a extracurricular kind of thing you do besides your studies, but if you do a board year, you're basically taking a year off from studying or adding it after you study to really kind of run a whole organization.
Yes. It's nice for your CV, but it's also quite stressful because when you talk with like kind of jokingly with old board members, they're like, oh yeah, I survived the board year. Mm-hmm. Like I enjoyed it and I loved it, but it's probably not something I'm going to do again.
Right. But you get some experience like managing
Yes.
kind of an organization, I guess, which is good experience in
Yeah.
general for
Yeah.
life and career and stuff.
And it's also nice because the university pays something. It's not like completely non-profit. Like, I mean, it's non-profit, but
Not completely unpaid.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, thank you for doing that for the association.
Yeah. Would you consider doing a board year? Have you thought about it?
I have thought about it, yes. But the thing is that I want to graduate on time. And yeah, it's not something that I can afford to do. So maybe not.
Yeah. What advice would you give to somebody who's like a new international student who's looking to make friends? Like, how should they go about figuring out which association they might want to join? How do they join? Like, just your advice that you would give.
I would say probably join events like Kai Week in ESN because they have really nice presentations and introduction sessions. I know most of the associations have like stands at the Vismarkt or Grotemarkt during those events, and you can go and ask them questions and they can give you more information about themselves. And you can see if they're the right fit for you or if it's something that you don't want to do. Yeah. My advice is to join, for sure, association. Even if it's not like study or student one, maybe like you like sports and you want to practice it or like, yeah, you can join that. Maybe now they have more and more like nationality associations, which are also student associations. Like, for example, there is a Bulgarian society. And there is also like, I think, Greek society. So if you want to get closer to your home culture, like if you miss it and you feel nostalgic, you can join that. And it's a nice way to like share moments with people. And when you have free time, because you need to relax from studying. So I think this is a perfect way to do it.
Yeah.
And if you like drinking as well, you should join an association.
Yeah. So speaking of that, there's definitely also like kind of a party culture associated with student associations. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So we have something that's every week. It's social drink. And it's usually we go to like a cafe bar. And we get some drinks there and we talk. So you kind of hang out with your friends and catch up if you've missed something. And then people go to clubs after that. And they spend the night there. Or like, depends when they want to leave. But yeah. And also something, actually, we have an activity in AEGEE. It's called a Cantus. We had it last night. It was super fun. And it's basically, I think it's an old like Latin or German tradition. It's popular in like Germany, the Netherlands, I think Belgium as well. And people sit on like beer tables, get really drunk and sing songs. And they're like rules. And if you break the rule, then you'll get punished by drinking more. So you get quite hammered by the end of the night, to be fair. So yeah. But it's really fun because also, yeah, it's bonding and it's like, oh, getting drunk with the friends. And also you sing songs that are very popular in the Netherlands, like the Groningen song. I think it's called the Grass of Northern Platform.
Yeah.
And also we sang like Hey Jude and like... what else did we? Oh, Barbie Girl. That was very nice. Yeah. So, yeah. But also, if you don't want to drink too much alcohol, it's not like there is pressure because you can also get water. And if you feel like you're getting too drunk, you can just drink a few glasses of water and you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's also like a safe environment?
Yes, for sure. I think so. Yeah. We haven't had any issues. At least in my association. They are more problematic associations in the city, so I can talk about them.
You can or you can't?
I can't.
Okay, no problem. I guess I can say a little something is that like there's associations like AJ that are kind of more focused on a specific like topic like traveling.
Yeah.
And then there's also some, I think they're older student associations that are kind of just social associations in general. And some of them have maybe a bit of a negative reputation when it comes to partying and stuff. But...
Well, AJ is quite old because
last AJ year is quite old.
It turned 35, I think. This is the 36th year.
Okay.
So it's one of the oldest association
Yeah.
in Groningen.
Oh,
I
cool.
think it's even older in Europe.
Oh.
Because, I think it started in France maybe or
Mm-hmm.
Belgium. And then it spread here. But don't quote me that either because I don't know for sure.
Yeah. But in general, every association is kind of a little different. So you can just, look into each one and kind of figure out what might be the best fit for you.
And you can always join and then drop out after the first year if you don't like the atmosphere and the environment. And if you don't like the people, there's no pressure to stay there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about the friendships you've made being part of AEGEE?
Yes. I think they were really like crucial for my student life, especially the committees. Because like with the committee, you essentially hang out every week. So you're kind of forced to get closer, and you can also go to like a committee trip. So you also bond. And I've met one of my closest friends in the Netherlands through AEGEE. And we hang out. We see each other. Even now that she's not as active anymore, the friendship is still quite active. And
Nice.
So.
And I think you said earlier, like you kind of have to join a student association to make friends as a student. So do you think it's pretty essential to kind of building a community as a student in Groningen?
I think so. And even if you don't join like association, there is also some kind of community bonding happening online. Because I actually met a really close friend of mine through like I made a WhatsApp group for all the Bulgarians. And I was like, oh, yeah, does anyone want to hang out? That was like 2.5 years ago when I came. And one girl I met that way. But it was still a community that help you meet friends. Because otherwise you might meet people in your course and you might make friends with that, sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's harder to connect if you're not like in association.
Yeah.
Especially for internationals. Because, Dutch people are very open. But also sometimes Dutch people stick to themselves. And there is nothing wrong with that. But
yeah. But as an international student coming here, you do kind of have to be proactive about making friends. Like maybe you can get lucky and meet some great people in your course, but it's important to like put yourself out there and get involved in communities, whether it be like an official thing like a student association or just something like the group chat you were talking about. But I think that's really important to build yourself a community, right?
I completely agree because I have a friend of mine who's she's not the most social person, but she still like tried and joined her study association, and she made some friends. But we were talking recently, and she was like, "Oh yeah, if I didn't join association, I would only have you and another one or two friends in my group." So it is crucial if you want contacts. And the thing is that even after you graduate, you still keep the contacts. So it's nice to know someone who lives in Leiden, or maybe you need a housing there. You're gonna do master or PhD, or like you just want to move closer to Randstad. So it's nice knowing people.
Yeah, it gives you like a network of people to kind of rely on after you finish studying.
Social capital.
Yeah. Okay, I think that was all the questions I had for you. Is there anything else you want to add about AEGEE or just student associations in general?
I can't think of anything right now, but join AEGEE because it's really nice association. And you can try different stuff. I think 2 years ago we also had an activity about so people got like water guns and they had targets, so you have to survive not getting shot with water. And the thing is that when you shoot someone with water, you get their target and then the winner wins something. We also have activities to celebrate the Dutch holidays. Like we have something about Sinterklaas in the winter. We had someone who dressed up as Sinterklaas. It was very fun. There was like a whole list of naughty and nice people. Some punishments as well. But that's it. Very, very different activities. And if you join association and if you join a committee, you can be the one organizing those stuff. And also you can bring your culture to the Netherlands, not only meet the culture here. And it's very nice to like bring something from your home country to here and like get people to know about it.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure to check out our page, our social media, and the Hansamag website to see all of our upcoming episodes. Bye!